Hey, welcome back to Cartology. Today we're looking at Body Pure, and the main thing that I'd like to critique on this website is their header section, which is all here. And the header section runs through their whole website. So the header section, in my opinion, is probably one of the most important spots of your whole store. As soon as somebody hits your page, it's the first place they look at, it's the first thing they see. And I think Body Pure have done a good job at getting some of the main selling points into their header. But I think the area where they fall short is that the main points that I would think would be the most important don't actually jump out the most. And there's a couple of reasons why. So let's have a look over here. The first thing my eye was drawn to, and I'm not sure, I'd be curious to know what your eyes were drawn to, but the first thing I was drawn to was these two security seals. Now, I would probably question whether or not they need to be placed up here. The fact that we've got three other statements over here. One is about how many pads they've sold, and they've sold over 2.5 million, which is a very big number for a website to sell. They're also offering 100% money back guarantee, and they're offering free shipping and free returns. Are these three things more important than having a safety seal and a trust factor seal, which is the Better Business Bureau? Most sites tend to put these seals down at the very bottom of their website. So these guys have done it here, but they've also decided to place it at the very top of their website. Now, strategically, that could be a good thing. If their audience are very skeptical about buying online and have a problem with trusting brands online and purchasing online, then this is obviously a very clever thing to do. But if it's not so important, I would probably try and keep this real estate and focus more on these three selling points here around the free shipping, the money back, and how many pads they've sold, because that to me really says something about the strength of their brand and their main value proposition that they're trying to push through. The other thing I'd probably look at doing is address the navigation up here. There's a lot of navigation, and what it does is it takes away from allowing any of this information to stand out as well. So it just adds to the noise. And when you have all this gray, you've got gray here and gray here, it doesn't really allow anything else to really stand out. So that would be the other thing that I'd probably look at trying to do, is re-engineer these three statements, because I think these two statements here blend too much in to this gray and sort of get sucked up by all the noise in the greater scheme of the page. And I think that this image here, this blue, is just the wrong color, and it just doesn't fit anywhere into the general color palette of this website. So I think there's a little bit of work here for Body Pure to do. I think they're on the right track, but clearly, there's always areas and ways to improve your header section, and I think the header section is really one area that really should deserve a lot of your attention, because it's the first place that people view and look at when they check out your website. So hopefully this was helpful, and it could give you some ideas and insights into what you could be looking at for your header section across your website.